Hey guys, so it's Monday. Welcome back. I hope you had a good weekend and we are ready to start a new story. Our story this week is called The Trial of Cardigan Jones. And sometimes students aren't sure what a trial is. So before we start reading, we'll go for a little bit of background information. So a trial is when you go to a courtroom and there's somebody named a judge. And the judge listens to why you were in the courtroom. And they try to decide if you are guilty or innocent. So you have maybe been accused of doing something. Usually it's something not so good, something that you're in trouble for. And you go to say, yes, I did it, or no, I'm innocent. And the judge listens and decides, did they do it or did they not? So our story is about Cardigan Jones, and you can see he's this moose right here, and he's accused of doing something pretty bad. So he goes to court for his trial for the judge to listen. Do you think he's innocent or guilty? You'll have to read to find out. Okay, so our author this week is actually a little bit special because it's the author and the illustrator. That means they wrote the words and they drew the pictures. And his name is Tim Egan. So he did both of those things. If you look over here on our information bar, you can see that our skill this week that we're going to talk a lot about on Wednesday is conclusions. And a conclusion is when you look at information and details and you try to make a decision based on what you know. And then remember, genre. We talk each week about genre. And the genre is what kind of a story am I reading? What's happening? So the genre this week is fantasy. And a fantasy is an imaginative story with characters or events that are not real. So as you read, you can look for story events or settings that could not happen in real life and characters that act in an unrealistic way. So as you're reading the story, you could think about, oh, I don't think that could happen in real life, and point out the ways that this story is a fantasy. As you are reading, you'll also notice some of your words are highlighted in yellow, and those are our vocabulary words. So I'll quickly go over those. Our first word is trial, and a trial is a meeting in court to decide if someone has broken the law. Our second word is jury, and a jury is the group of people who make the decision in a trial. So the judge and the jury work together to solve the problem. Number 3 is convinced. And if you convinced someone of something, that means someone made you believe or agree to do something. Number 4 is guilty. And guilty means that you did something. Usually if you say that you're guilty, it means that you did something bad or wrong. Like maybe if you hit your baseball through the window and your grown-up says, "Who broke this window?" You might say, "Guilty." It just means that you did it. All right, our next word is pointed. And pointed means to use a finger or other object to show where something is. And we have honest. And honest just means truthful. So it's important to always be honest. Next is murmur. And a murmur is when people talk softly all together. So it's not a loud voice, just people talking quietly. And our last word is stand. And it doesn't mean stand up. A stand is the place where a witness in a trial sits while being asked the questions. So you can see she's kind of sitting in this box up by the judge. That's called the stand. All right, now you're going to go ahead and look at the video below this one, and it is our introductory slideshow. Remember to listen to your story being read aloud on slide 2.